Hi. Hi. No, Ben, the software here had to update. I had to wait for that. Um, I'm not busy looking for Rails yet, but yeah. As Ben said, I didn't want to say it, but the cat is out of the bag. Um, our next project, after we finish the Countach, is gonna be a train. Yeah, it's gonna be a train. Finally, took me long, but yeah, it's gonna be a train, a locomotive, to be precise. A diesel locomotive of the Slovenian railways. So it's more or less an American style diesel locomotive. Um, so yeah, there's gonna be that, but that's a future project. So right now, I want to focus on this. Um, how the fuck do I mean? Over the weekend, I didn't have much time to work on this, so nothing happened since the last stream. Um, how do we solve this puzzle? Mm, let's try something. I mean, just what if instead of the 90-degree stuff, we use this here. Adjust it, and now we have slightly more options, I guess. A few more options we have. Because we can do something like this, and we can try to find a match maybe with this or this. Mm, because we this doesn't require a lot of force to hold it. It works as is. You know, and if I, for example, if I hold this and see how much force it takes for this to actually move this, see, quite a lot of force before it moves. And the opposite way, yeah, quite a lot of force actually. So we don't need a huge ass lever here to hold it in place. So just a little bit is already going to make sure that it doesn't move. What do you think? What do you think? I mean, the whole point would be that it would be realistic. Hmm. What if? What if? Let's try this. This is borderline, but we'll see. First, let's see if this is remotely what we would like, and if this works. Okay. Let's see. Okay. This works. This is at 90 degrees. So the only downside of this is that when we don't have the servo, it does not allow us to move the steering more than 90 degrees. Is this bad or not? Maybe not, but it does hold. It does hold, and it's relatively simple. We do we do have this problem. So yeah, we do have toe out. So it's almost, but not quite. Almost, but not quite. How could we? How much does how much does it need? Oh, so little. No, but quite a few degrees. Yeah, quite a few degrees. So this would point when it's properly aligned. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that. It's almost half a stud. I hate this. I really do. Almost half a stud. Not enough that it's half a stud, but no, it's almost half a stud. But okay, we have the parts to do this. Let's see. Let's see. Just as an experiment. Oh right, we don't, because we need a round, so a pinhole here. Well, the train is gonna get a multi-link suspension, but the Countach is not. So please, I'm so happy with this. Don't Don't. I don't want a multi-link suspension on the Countach. I really don't. Wait, we are so close here. We are so close. Um, I mean, just for shits and giggles, we need to do something here, just to get this kinda going. We do have room here. We don't have room here. Um, mm, mm, mm. Oh, this is even worse. Okay, what if we do this? Just experimenting. Just experimenting. That's probably gonna be shit, but okay. Okay. Toe is still slightly toe out. God damn it, is it? Now the problem with this lift arm is that there's no room for it, and it no does it fit? No, it doesn't even fit. Or we could make it. Yeah. Hold on. If we do this here, and then this here, like that, and then this here. Problem is that yes, this is great and stuff, you know, but it's gonna hit this. So we need to keep the geometry of this lift arm, but make it so that it does not hit this. Yeah, and this lift arm is gonna hit it as well. spot situation. We don't have any toe, which is fine. So the geometry of this is good. We just need to reshuffle these elements so they don't hit stuff. This is gonna clear the wheel. This should be on the edge. Yeah, this should clear. Yeah, because it's 5. Yeah, okay, this should clear. No problem. But this we need to what we gonna do? We are going to well, the 90 degrees for the servo, so on the steering rack, is a requirement. And with the 90 degrees, we want to get as much articulation here as possible, of course. But that's an absolute requirement. If after we disconnect the servo, we get more steering angle, that's better, because that means that since you are going to use the hand of God steering on the table, you would like to have more steering angle, of course, to play around with the car on the table, because you have less room on the table than on in the yard. So we have to try to make it, a little bit more. So we need to do something here. But okay, there is a possibility. Now we know there is a possibility to fix this in position. I'm thinking of a more elegant way of doing that. Because we really don't want the stuff here to be so much inwards, because it collides with this. Not sure this is enough. Let's test it. Yeah, the problem is that we get collision here already, so we're not even getting the version from the weekend has more than 90 degrees, so we want more than 90 degrees if possible. this kind of does the same job. Let's see. Does it? Okay. Mm. So this way. Yeah, here we don't get 90 degrees fully, unless we have some load on it because of this stuff here. Okay, but we can solve this as well. We can solve this as well, at least in theory. At least in theory. Uh, yeah, I mean, just to test the theory, even if it doesn't work. Okay, so that we remove as much collision as possible. Yeah, now we get past 90 degrees, which is fine. We get even more steering angle here on this side than we get on the other side. So we get past 90 degrees here, and we barely scratch the 90 degrees here. Okay. I think the wheel is gonna have an issue this year. So it's gonna be like this here. Yeah, we don't have any way of resting this at 90 with the axle, because if we use these two, so to get an L-shaped lift arm here, then we have a pinhole here instead of an axle hole, and I don't think these exist with an axle hole here. Would be nice, but they don't. So we would use this here, like that, and then this here, like that. Maybe. But actually they need to be like this. No. I have absolutely no idea about modern electronics in cars. Get it on a get it tested. So basically, go to a mechanic, hook it up to a tester, see what error codes you get, and go from there. There's really no other advice that I can give you. Okay, let's see. What about two wheel? Yes. Almost. 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 Almost, but no cigar. Because he decided it's too close to the wheel. Yeah, but I mean, still, I have, this is a computer assisted thing. So the ASC and the ABS. So, could be mechanical, of course. Maybe a sensor, maybe a clogged, input wheel. Could be the computer. I don't know. It's impossible to diagnose over the internet. Okay, so this guy here is rubbing. I mean, of course it is. Shit. What about on top? Because on top, we have all the room in the world. Yeah, but Leon, could be the sensor. Could, maybe not, you know. It's a wild goose chase, Get it on the tester, see some error codes. That's probably the best. Because my car only has ABS and I never had issues with it, so I didn't even have to diagnose it. On the E30, I had issues with the ABS, but there the problem was in the ABS unit, because the ABS unit was, I mean, it still is probably clogged, and I need to take it apart, clean all the valves, change gaskets, and then it's gonna be fine. Or it's the computer, but I have a replacement computer for the ABS, so I can try that as well. Let me take this out of the car. It's gonna be easier because now we pretty much have this. Okay. Is it possible here to get this here on connected here on top? Because I do not want anything here, if possible. What if we had something on top? Just checking if it does, if it moved. No, it's still fine. Okay. Whoa, okay. That is uncle if it did that. Come on. What are the odds? They are not in our favor. They are not in our favor, at least for this session. Just checking if this still fits, or we have moved anything. Come on, okay. Yeah, this still fits. Yes, of course. Every time you have to go out completely. Why not? No, not really. Headlights are way ahead. This is still in the wheel. This is not affecting headlights at all. So this is kinda okay. The careful observer will note that it is not entirely in the geometry, because these two are kind of converging. So basically, we are getting, you know, this kind of situation. Instead of being parallel, they are kind of a little bit bent. Maybe if I used, instead of this here, if I used like this here, this would be more favorable. Yeah, it's more favorable, but it's total crap. I mean, it was total crap before, because this was able to happen before. Yeah. So and I even don't know how to prevent this. I mean, theoretically, we could have a lift arm running here. course, instead of what we have here. But then we cannot attach this part here. Or do we have an alternative solution here? We do and we do not. So if we had a 4-stud version of this, everything would be solved. But we don't. No, yeah, I do have this part here, but it doesn't help. Does not help a tiny bit. Not even a smidge. Because this thing here would not help us, because it would have to be 4 studs long, and well, basically it's useless, because we cannot pin the or connect the connector here anywhere, because it would need to be a pinhole, and this would have to have a pinhole here, whatever. But it doesn't. It does not. Basically, this is perfect. We only have to prevent this from happening. So all of this geometry here would be perfect. We just need to prevent this from swinging back. Ah, okay, I knew there was something. Um, Kinda. Let's build it. Let's install it and see if the geometry is making sense. I mean, it's not hitting anything. Let's see. What about? This? Ah, crap. We have quite some toe out. Quite some toe out. Oh, shit. Shit. So we do need less of this toe out. I don't know, the other side or this side, it's the same. The only thing that's gonna happen if we use a connector here and put an axle through is that we get more torsion. So we fix this side, but we still get torsion here. So I would prefer to have it fixed here directly, if possible. Let's try something. Just experiment. It's not gonna be the thing that we're gonna use. I want to just try it. Just to see. What? The rack and pinion works, yeah. track and pinion works. Okay, so this kind of works. So we need half a stud solution here. Not this one, of course. It's way too big. It's fugly. I mean, this kind of works. And we get really good steering angles here. Holy shit. So this is yeah. And this looks like it's pretty much, yeah, it's neutral. It does not have any toe in or out. This thing. It's hard to see on camera, but I guarantee you there's really no toe in or out. Maybe toe in now because it's dropping down, you know, because of the slack, but there's no toe. So I like this. And it's still within the wheel. Not perfect, but it's good. I think these are, considering all the other models on the market, these are pretty good steering angles. Yeah. Yeah, we have freedom of movement everywhere. There is no bump steer. Yeah, there is absolutely no bump steer. This is good. This is pretty good. And we don't get the disconnect from the ball joint here, as we did before. Which is basically the reason why we did this. So, okay. Yeah, but the problem that I see here with your stuff, Christian, is that you get even less than 90 degrees. we do have to go 90 degrees because of the servo motor. So the servo motor demands that we go 90 degrees. That's the problem. It's not. I mean, I would gladly have a motor that you can steer, you know, gradually, the way you want. But the servo goes to 90 degrees. It's on and off. So you steer, goes 90 degrees. So, and you don't want to have it less than 90 degrees because then the servo would struggle, and you don't want that. So we have to go 90 degrees at minimum. At least that's how I see it at your setup. But maybe I'm wrong. So, or does it rotate more? I can't really tell from the pictures. But I think it has a, yeah, it has something I don't like. The steering link is angled forward. I think it's not steering link on. It's there for setup only. It's not. Okay. I mean, we can try it. Now that we are here, we know that this works. We can try Christian's setup as well. You know, why not? Why not? Let's try it. Let's try it. So, well, maybe let's try it on this side. So I don't have to disassemble everything there. It's, either way, it's the same. Come on. Of course, I don't have a three-slot axle anywhere on the desk. Obviously. Why would I? Okay, and we pin it. Oh, like that. Okay. I mean, I'm gonna do it like this. It's either way, it's the same. Just geometry-wise. Okay, let's center this. Okay, so let's see. Okay, it's neutral just as on the other side, so there's no visible toe. We do have, of course, I cannot tell if there's toe in or out. Let's say there's no visible bumps there. I'm looking for the gaps here, if they're the same on each side. They are pretty much the same. let's put on let's put on the wheels. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I have some concerns, but let's see. Let's put some weight on it. And I'm not concerned about this popping out. That's not the issue here. Oh, right. We need to create one of these as well. Yeah, let's do that while we're there, so we can compare them equally. We need to do this anyway. We need to do this anyway. Uh, oh, right. Okay. Okay. That is crucial information, which we will address. Okay. But let's do this first. Let's create this simpler version of the lift arm. There are instructions, yeah. I have made instructions more or less, at least the ones I made myself. I made picture instructions, which are not the best, uh, but instructions have been made for stuff, yeah. Yeah, yeah, of course. I mean, copy and mirror, but in studio you cannot test the things that we are testing right now. That's the problem. Um, Obviously, in the virtual world, um, things are easier to a certain extent. Yes. Okay. There. There. And come on there. Okay. These are mirrored. Now let's do this. We need to hold on. How do we do this as simple as possible? For now, it's gonna be okay, I guess. No. Shit. It's gonna be a problem. Hold on. It's hard to explain the problem because it's quite complex. If we solve it, that might be interesting. Okay. Just a second. I may have the solution. Just a second. So we need to do the following. Need an axle here. It's quite a complex problem. So basically we need to prevent this from doing this. And at the same time, since we are not gonna have this here, because this is gonna be a problem, we need to make sure that this doesn't wobble left and right, and we cannot have it like this because then this here cannot slide here, because then this here would need to be much longer than it is now, so it would have to extend, which we absolutely do not want to do. Okay. So it is solvable, but it's again a problem that I would rather not have. Okay, so we solved this here ish. I am not happy with this, but this is what it is. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna install this as is now, just to test. Because at the moment, so Christian had the steering rack set one stud further to the back, which we absolutely cannot do. It is impossible for many reasons. this again. Let's come on. Okay. Okay. This is obviously this is more wobbly, simply because this is not fixed to the rack here. You can see how this part here is wobbling around. If I hold it, this is much more stable. I wish I had a third hand here. So I'm holding this part here as firmly as I can. But for some reason this is just, I don't know. Yeah. No, we cannot do that, Christian, as well. Because simply because the steering rack is just next to the spring. So it would hit. That's the problem. It would hit the spring. It would sadly hit the spring. I mean, I want to like this because it's super simple on the wheel side. It's super simple, really. Much better looking than this. But it just doesn't feel right. I mean, even if I hold this tight, it's more or less the same, I guess. Yeah, there's no big difference in wobbliness. Yeah, I mean the difference is here, of course, but it's not. So it's not a design or geometry problem. So both of these are in the geometry and design are equal. We just need to make sure that this part here is kind of sturdy, which is just gonna be a challenge. We cannot lower the steering rack. The position of the steering rack, as much as it saddens me, is exactly where it needs to be. There is no real possibility because of the servo as well. Because right now the axle here, is the axle for the servo, and if we put in the servo, see, it's exactly where it needs to be, and the servo is flush with the bottom. If we lower the steering rack, then the servo is no longer aligned with the bottom. We need to change all of this. I mean, we could put it on the back, but then again, the next problem that we have is this here has to be lower, and then it's not gonna clear the gearbox. So it's not, it's not an isolated problem. See, this cannot be lower. It it's a cascading reaction. It's not just one thing. Uh, I wish it was that simple. I really do. But it's just, so many things behind it. Why this has to be where it is. Oh, that roof. That's not the roof. This is just a placeholder. That's so that the chassis doesn't flex. Ignore it. This is irrelevant. Hmm. I mean, nothing. We have to make this work somehow. I mean, this works as well, but I don't know. Yes, but it works, but it looks ugly. This looks good, but we have issues on this side here, not on this side. Sometimes I really, really want to just throw this to the wall and say, fuck it, and let's start on the locomotive. Even though I know right now that the locomotive bogie it's gonna be complicated. It's gonna be very complicated, and it's gonna eat my mind as well. So I don't know. So let's finish this. Hmm. Okay. I would if uh, CV joints would exist that would make it possible. But I would rather build a front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive car before I would do an off-roader. But we are doing nothing with that has driven front wheels until suitable CV joints exist. So until then, we are staying with rear-wheel drive options. Sorry. Where is it? Yeah, the steering. I mean, the problem is the angle that CV joints allow. So the CV joints that exist at the moment allow steering angles that are just laughable. I mean, you cannot do anything with that. Universal joints are garbage. Universal joints in Lego, if you use them, they will get destroyed at semi useful steering angles. They will just shatter. You cannot transmit any meaningful force through them. Let's put it that way. It's garbage. Oh. God damn it. Right. And this is just not coming. What? 2.2 L thingy. 2.2 L thingy. You mean this here? What would I do with this here? See that this is the situation. We want this, but as long as this is jelly, it's not usable. And any options that would make it good require stuff to be present on this side as well. But they can't, because there's springs on this side immediately. So the spring is here. And we cannot put anything on this side. So it's very frustrating. Only thing we could do, I don't know, we can explore this possibility as well. Could do this. We use this here. In this kind of fashion. This has the possibility of success. Because here we can do the following. And we have like literally best of both worlds. We have everything. We keep this. Yeah. This is pretty much what we can use. Yeah. Let's try it immediately. Let's try this immediately. Okay. Come on. No. Of course. Typical problem. Okay, so now both sides are pretty much solid. Yeah. Too much the same slack. Yeah. Meet our wheel hub. Obviously, it needs some internal modifications, but it's gonna look the same from the outside. This is good, and it looks a lot better and simpler than this. Yeah, and this here is holding up nicely. It's not interfering anywhere. Yeah, this is pretty much it. Yep. This is it, boys and girls. This is our suspension. That's it. Only thing that we might experiment with is the number of springs and height. But geometry wise, that's it. Anyway, that's it, not this. That's it. Yeah, Christian has done it again. Hats off. Next stream is gonna be on Friday, because this week I will be busy with stuff, with World of Warships and other stuff, so I will not be able to do much until Friday. Just realized we can make this higher by just playing with this here. Yeah. so they're both just as high. Or if we move it further in there, we can lower it. So there's some scope for adjustment. Yeah. So next stream is gonna be sorry, on Friday. Until then, I will of course find the time to rebuild this side as well, and I will rebuild this to Christian's specifications, so that we are gonna use the red pin instead of the gray one, which is gonna be even better. Yeah. And then we can finally move on to stuff that isn't suspension. So that we need to do. So A-pillars, all of this stuff here, some interior bits, roof, A-pillars, boring stuff. So we can send it and finally start on the locomotive. I really hope we can start on the loco soon, because I really like trains and I want change of subject. So no cars, let's do some trains, because everybody loves trains. It's gonna be a 12 or 13 wide. We need to determine the scale exactly, but it's not gonna run on Lego rails, but on rails that are slightly larger than Lego, rails that you can put in your garden and stuff. More expensive rails, of course, but it is what it is. For the larger scale, we need bigger rails. I have no idea what wheels we are gonna use. Maybe we're gonna have to 3D print them, or some can be bought. Motors, we'll see. But this is all gonna be determined when we start to develop the locomotive. It's gonna have. I mean, the goal is to have the three wheels. So 3 sets of wheels on one bogie, and each set is gonna be driven. And since they have to negotiate turns, we're gonna have they're gonna be steerable. So basically, the center axle is gonna be fixed, and the other 2 are gonna be kind of steerable. So, and we're gonna have suspension, of course. So, what? No. We need proper train wheels, and the motorcycle wheels are way too big. We'll see, but we'll. This is just to plant seeds. I'm gonna put a picture of the locomotive in the ideas section. But yeah. Anyway, that's it for today. And I see you on Friday. And thanks for watching, like always.